The Quran states that Allah does not burden a human beyond what he or she can bear, and that Allah is the most just among all judges. Let's analyze the validity of these verses in the light of the Ramadan fasting. During the entire month of Ramadan, it is obligatory for the Muslims to fast from the sunrise to the sunset. It seems that Allah is unaware of the fact that the length of the days are unequal in different parts of the world. For high latitudes, especially above 60 degrees north, it could be quite extreme. The rotation of the earth causes day and night. However, the tilt of Earth's axis causes the length of the day to vary from one latitude to another. At equator, we will experience 12 hours of daylight throughout the year. However, the daylight stays for an entire 24 hours above the Arctic Circle. This time lapse recorded in northern Norway shows something very interesting. It shows that the sun does not really set. The sun comes close to the horizon and then starts to go up again. It is no surprise that Norway is called the land of the midnight sun. These are some of the major cities in the world which has more than 250,000 population, and these cities are located at high latitudes. Let's see how long does a Muslim in one of these cities need to fast during the Ramadan. Let's take something from the middle. Anchorage in Alaska, USA. Anchorage is about 61.2 degrees north and has a population of roughly 300,000. In 2016, Ramadan was from 6th June to 5th July. In Anchorage, the sunrise on 21st June 2016 was at 4:20 a.m. and sunset was at 11:42 p.m. So 19 hours and 22 minutes of daylight, which means 19 hours and 22 minutes of fasting without food, without water. Isn't this kind of food deprivation and dehydration quite extreme for our body? What about Murmansk in Russia? It is at 68.5 degrees north, so above the Arctic Circle, which means there would be 24 hours of daylight. The question is, can Muslims living here survive for the entire month of Ramadan without food, without water? While an able bodied human can survive without food for quite a few weeks, they can survive about 3 days without water. If you fast for 20 hours a day for a month, it can severely damage all of your vital systems like the central nervous system, the gastrointestinal system, the cardiovascular system, the endocrinal system, and hence can even lead to your death. Now, coming back to this verse, if Allah created humans, He must know how much we can bear. If we cannot survive or if we have to suffer serious health consequences for performing something which we are not designed to perform in the first place, then it is the failure of the designer. Next, let's debunk the Quranic claim that Allah is the most just of all judges. The southernmost city in the world is Puerto Williams in Chile. On 21st June 2016, when it was 19 hours and 22 minutes of daylight in Anchorage and 24 hours of daylight in Murmansk, it was only 7 hours and 10 minutes of daylight in Puerto Williams. So, for the entire Ramadan of 2016, fasting should have been quite easy for Muslims living in Puerto Williams or anywhere in the high latitudes of the southern hemisphere. So, my question is, How exactly is Allah just? If anything, the fasting ritual of Ramadan reveals that Allah is horribly unjust. Well, there is another way to look at this. Allah is ignorant. Allah's knowledge is confined to a small geographical portion of the entire globe, where the day and the night are roughly equal.